they're gonna be cut down very fast if I am allowing them to do so. So, where are the enemies? Hello Reformers and welcome back to Freeman. Now I hope many of you picked up the game from ChronoGG because that was a pretty decent sale. I don't know when the next one's gonna be, but anyway, we are now here as you can see with our character and well, that's the thing. What I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna aim to get a helmet at the very least for our companions, because you can see here that their head armor is absolutely abysmal, their body armor is absolutely abysmal as well, especially on Goblin. He's absolutely defenseless, I mean really. But on the flip side of things, he's actually been getting some kills. As you can see here, he actually has accrued about 3,600, almost 3,700, and well, he needs a grand total of 6,600 to level up. Beauty, on the other hand, she's also been getting some kills, not as many, obviously, because she's using a, well, different weapon than Goblin, and I'm actually thinking I'm going to give her some other weapon here, because it might make sense for her to use a pistol when she's close range, and she is technically spec'd into small arms as well, so that would make quite a bit of sense there. Anyway, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to try to get them some body armor, and I'd like to talk just for a very quick second before we head in against these bandits here about the experience gain that is currently being seen on the new recruits and on companions as well. Now, I know that the companions are a very sort of, shall we say, recent development, and they're a recent addition to the game, and it's a very welcome one. I very much appreciate having two companions that are persistent and are able to gain skills of various levels. I think that's pretty awesome. However, that doesn't mean necessarily that they should take so long to level up, because, I mean, let's face it, they're not actually real players. You know, they're not me, they're not you, they're not able to get the same amount of kills as we would otherwise, because we're just a little bit better when it comes to our, you know, ability to aim and, you know, stuff like that. So, in general, it would be really nice to see the companions and indeed the squads have a little bit of a reduction in the amount of experience it takes for them to level up, because I've actually been fighting a bunch of bandits. I've been fighting, I think, I don't even know, for about an hour and a half, I think, and I've literally, I think, seen 3 level ups, and that's it. 3 level ups, and I fought a bandit party basically every, I don't even know how often I've fought, but quite often, and should be enough to gain most of these guys almost to the highest tier. But obviously we're fighting only bandits, so maybe that's the reason. I mean, obviously the experience gain for killing enemies has also been tweaked, so maybe that's the reason, because obviously killing armored marauders now will give you about 500 experience, when before it would give you about, I think, 300 or something along those lines, 350 maybe. Maybe I'm misremembering, but the point is, I feel like having, for example, the ARF militia squad, this is literally the lowest tier of ARF units, and they have an attack value of 1, or it says they have an attack stat of 1, so they're not very good at killing things. But the point is, if you're gonna have, you know, the lowest tier of unit have an experience capacity of, I don't know, it's pretty insane. I think it's like, I don't know, 5,500? I don't exactly know whether it was like that before. I don't think so. I think it was at about 3,000 or something along those lines to get them to the first non-base tier of troop, and that was pretty good. I think that was a pretty decent level to be at in terms of the experience gain. Obviously, as the experience gain has been increased, that is going to make a difference, but you gotta think about the fact that, well, most of these units, I mean, just look at Goblin, for example. He needs 6,600 experience, and, well, as I've stated in a previous episode, the bodyguards of your companions do not actually contribute directly to the experience gain that your companions are gaining, as far as I'm aware. That doesn't seem to happen. So I guess that either needs to be tweaked a little bit so that their bodyguards do actually make a difference to the amount of experience they're gaining, because from what I can tell, companions need to personally kill enemies with their own hands to be able to gain those crucial experience points. And I can only imagine how it's going to be to level up these ARF guys once we level them up beyond a certain threshold, because you can imagine if we level them up to the, let's say we get them to the next tier, which I'm not entirely sure when it's going to happen, but let's say we level them up to the next tier, and then from 5,500 they need, I don't know, 8,500, something like that. Can you imagine taking these guys and having them not die in every single battle and having them get kills? They need to get kills to be able to level up. And well, that's pretty difficult. That is pretty difficult. I mean, you can run in like this, like I've just shown you here. You can. This is what I've been doing, by the way. This is the strategy that I've been using for the past, I don't even know how many battles I've done, but for the past few battles, this is exactly what I've been doing. I've just been selecting everyone, telling everyone to charge in a certain direction, and then because of the sheer firepower that we have, none of the groups of the bandits are able to defend against us. And that's pretty fantastic. I like the way that that is going, because that means that there's a bit more ease of use when it comes to leveling your units up. And thankfully, as you can see here, I now have my well-deserved sniper squad. And now these guys have an attack of 7, as you can see right there. They also have night vision goggles. These guys, which I leveled up from a mercenary party, have night vision goggles as well, and they also have an attack value of 6. So you can see here that they're pretty fantastic. These mercenaries, however, are costing me a pretty significant wage, 800 in actual fact. Now you can see these guys right here. I personally don't think this should be the experience that they are going to be gaining. Now, that's just a personal opinion, so you might have a different opinion than I do, but 1 attack? Okay, I don't really mind low-tier units having 1 attack, but for 5,400 experience, that's quite a lot, and they're going to need to get many, many kills to be able to get there. You can see here that the FCA are actually doing a really good job, and these guys are the 2nd tier of unit, and I leveled those up pretty easily. The FCA do seem to be a lot better than they used to be, so props to the development team on that, because really, the FCA didn't really seem very good before, but they're now, you know, doing their thing and actually killing things very, very well. And you can see that they're almost leveled up to the next stage, which should be extremely fun to, you know, witness. Anyway, we're gonna move over to the ARF territory, because I'd like to get 2 squads of the ARF, just so that if we want to, we can put 2 squads into a battle, and then they're gonna have, well, basically they'll have no opportunity not to gain experience. And I think that's a good idea. So we're gonna go over here, and I've actually been looking for some additional escort missions, and I was actually able to do 2 escort missions, by the way. That's probably the reason why I had a bunch of money. I actually did have some more money, but as you can obviously tell, paying the wages and leveling units up and obviously buying certain things, like for example, I don't know whether you saw in that last battle, but I actually did purchase an ACOG scope, because some of you in the comments decided that maybe an ACOG scope was the best idea for this this weapon that I'm using, and I think that's a pretty good idea, because it seems to have a pretty fantastic range on it, and you know, it's going to be nice to have that increased zoom. And it's also a nice thing to actually check out the new ACOG scope as well, because it seems to have been changed a little bit, seems to have been zoomed in, so that when I actually use the scope, the camera of the player is right up against the sight, and that obviously makes a huge difference to your accuracy and basically just your clarity. You know, you're able to see exactly where you need to shoot and exactly where the enemies are going to be as well, which is pretty fantastic. So you can see here that these looters are certainly leading me on a merry chase. It kind of makes me want to kill these guys. So I might actually shoot a little bit this time around. But it seems to me that doing the full charge tactic is actually a really good idea if you're wanting to level your units up. So we're going to just send our companions in, and again, I would personally say that the companions are not exactly the greatest at the moment. I mean, yeah, obviously I haven't given them the most fantastic gear, which is certainly something we need to work on, but just think about it for a second. These guys, they can equip all kinds of things, and that's their strength. That is their strength, because I don't know what kind of armor or anything that these militia squads are actually, you know, equipping or anything. I can only assume that it's pretty decent. I mean, I would assume it's pretty decent, but for the most part, I'm not really worried about them too much, because there's 5 of them, you know, there's 5 of them. So if one of these companions goes down, if Beauty goes down, if Goblin goes down, then they're not getting experience anymore. But I suppose in a future patch, that is going to be fixed by obviously allowing the bodyguards to contribute to the experience gain of the actual companion themselves. Anyway, I've been going on and on about the development of the game, and obviously what changes I'd like to see, but that is obviously, you know, just a neither here nor there kind of thing. And I'm just looking forward to seeing what next update the developers come up with, because every single update has just improved the game in my opinion. And I know a couple of people were a little bit upset by the save games not being compatible and so on and so forth, but you know, that's just how it is. You know, it's an early access game, and some particular pieces of content that get updated are not going to be compatible with the previous versions, and that's just how it goes. You know, if it's a full release, then obviously you can expect there to be no save game incompatibilities or anything like that, but as it's early access, you kind of have to expect that kind of thing. Anyway, we are just going to charge straight on in here, and these looters are going to use grenades. They are going to use grenades, so we have to be a little bit careful about that, but you can see here that we're able to really quite easily take them out. I'm hopeful. Yes, my FCA guys have decided to get enough kills to get their next upgrade level, and I'm going to shoot a couple of these myself, because I'd like to get to, yeah, there we go. There's a level 12 for me, thank you very much. Now these guys are, of course, looters, and, well, looters, as we know, or as you may or may not know, are just awful. They really are the worst kind of unit, and so that's the reason why I'm just charging in against them. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna try and find a Brotherhood band, but that's exactly what I've been attempting to do here. Not find a Brotherhood band, but actually attempt to level up our units enough so that we can actually participate in the battles that are a little bit more difficult, a little bit more experience heavy, you know, giving us more experience and things like that would certainly make a huge difference. So I'm just going to take a look on the map here and see where the other enemies are. I can't actually see them right now, which is kind of weird. I'm going to tell my units just to stay here, and let's just look around a little bit. I've noticed that there's a little bit of hitching, a little bit of a frame rate hitch when the ACOG scope actually zooms in after a while. Not entirely sure what's going on with that. Maybe it's just my PC. Maybe it's just that. Anyway, we're going to continue to go on our patrol route right here. I can only assume we're going to go in a... I don't even know what this is. Is this a pentagon? No, it's not a pentagon? No, it's not a pentagon. It's something else. But yeah, we are going to go in that sort of shape, and then we're going to see if our patrols will pick up anyway. Yeah, look at that. Did you see that? There seems to be a bit of a hitch every time I go and zoom in to the ACOG scope. Not entirely sure what's going on with that, but yeah, I guess it's just because it has to render the distance, you know, so it has to render the map ahead of us, and maybe at the moment it's not actually rendering it, so maybe that's the issue. But anyway, we should be encountering these guys pretty soon, but if we don't, then well, it's a bit of a waiting game, isn't it? Well, I think we're gonna attain victory very, very soon. As you can see, the enemy decided to... Oh, wow, yes. The enemy decided to go all the way back here. I have no idea why they decided to do this, but they did, and it's been a bit of an arduous task to track them down. But I've been talking about what I want to see in terms of changes to the game. What would you like to see? And, well, why don't you put that down in the comments? Because I think it'd be kind of nice to get a bit of a discussion about the game going on to people that are actually passionate about it. Anyway, we're gonna take out this guy and, wow, I barely jump in this game, you know that? I really barely jump in it. Not entirely sure why, but I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna take this and that and this and that, and the food as well, thank you. And we'll take the ammo as well. There you go. Very nice. Alright, so what we're going to do is, now that we've leveled up, as you can see here, I've been leveling up my dexterity a little bit. I should really go for another point in navigation. I think that is probably going to make the most sense. Let's just do that. Why not? And they haven't leveled up yet. It's kind of disappointing to not see them level up, but yeah, I guess that's just how it is. Alright, so we have 9,000. Alright, so what we're going to try and do is I'm going to go on, not a shopping spree, but I'm going to try and get some decent enough gear for our companions. Now let's see what I can do. 3,000 is going to get us a mask. 5,000 for... Really? Come on now. That's a bit overkill, isn't it? Yeah, that's a bit overkill. Okay, so is there anything else that I can actually get here? A crew helmet. Okay, so I think I'm actually wearing one of these. This is 2,500. That's 3,000. Alright, so we're going to take the plunge here pretty considerably. Wow, that's a lot of money. Alright. Well, I'm going to do it just because. And we're going to give Beauty this helmet, and we'll give... Well, this is actually good. So, you know, I'm going to just swap them around a little bit. Can I not wear, how do I wear that? Oh, you wear that on this? Really? Oh, okay, I had no idea. I literally had no idea. Okay, well, now I'm looking pretty good. But Goblin still does not have a helmet. Well, I suppose he's just gonna have to deal with it for now. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and try and find some insane Brotherhood units. Now there's a Grenadier team, so that's the highest level that they can be. No, that's not the highest level that this Grenadier team can actually be. Obviously they can become, I suppose, elite rangers, and you can see that the experience gained for these is 12,000. And now I know what you're thinking. Well, it's going to take that long to level up an elite unit, isn't it? Well, yeah, I would expect that to be the case, but I think it might be just a little bit too much. But maybe people were running around with whole bands of elite rangers and all kinds of things, so maybe that's the reason why the developers decided to change it around a little bit. But anyway, I'm gonna try and search for some Brotherhood units, and hopefully we'll get a pretty decent fight on our hands. Well, I don't have a fight from the Brotherhood here, but I do have something pretty interesting. As you can see, we have a bunch of bandits, armored marauders, and all kinds of other units from the bandit faction attempting to besiege Dubno. And Dubno does appear to be an ARF stronghold at the moment. So this is pretty interesting. I'm actually wondering, can I go in here and defend it? I cannot. I cannot go in here and defend it against the bandit menace. Ah, well that's kind of a shame, isn't it? Well, maybe they'll add that in a future update. But yeah, I think it would be kind of cool to have that. But anyway, I'm gonna try and find some Brotherhood guys, I suppose. I mean, I can't fight these guys, so I guess I could fight those, but I kind of wanted to fight the Brotherhood, to be honest. Alright, so I have a little bit of a risky maneuver to try and pull off here, and this basically is me attacking Lubny. And I know you're thinking, oh, why are you attacking Lubny, Reformers? Because shouldn't you take that other town over there, Berezno? Yeah, I technically should be doing that. But, as you can see, I don't know whether you can see that actually, through the opacity there, but Lubny only has 20 defenders in the garrison, and that makes it ripe for the picking. Oh yes, let's do this. Let's go and besiege it. I think this is gonna be a bit difficult, What? Why are all of my people not happy? Oh, well, it's probably because I haven't paid them their salary at the moment. That's not very good, is it? Okay, well, anyway, what we're going to do is militia squads, grenadiers, veterans, and I'm actually not going to be using my companions in this because, personally, I feel like the companions might be a little bit too... Are they going to be a bit too low level? You know what? Okay. Can I not? Okay, apparently I can't. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do that in a different way, but yeah, what I was gonna do was deploy all of these guys. Well, we're gonna get all these guys selected, and we're just going to charge them. Shall we just charge them? I don't know whether that's a good idea, but maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I think charging them might actually make sense. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. We're going to tell them to go all the way around the village and absolutely murder everything in their path. And that's what we're going to try and do. And we're going to try and go with them as well. So where are they going? They're going over this way. Alright. So let's do this. Okay, this is going to be... Whoa. This is going to be pretty tricky, I feel. Because even though there's only 20 of them, I'm pretty sure these guys know how to fight in comparison to the bandits, and they may not have the best gear available. Well, far from it. They don't have the best gear available, and yeah, they're gonna teach us a thing or two, I think, probably. So I'm gonna have to get here pretty quickly if I want to at least help out our units, because they're gonna be cut down very fast if I am allowing them to do so. So, where are the enemies? Oh, our guys are firing away. Where are they firing? They're firing over there? Ah, there's one. Can I not kill him? There we go. That was a bandit leader. A bandit leader. Wow, okay, so there's a lot of firing going on right now, a lot of firing, so let's see if I can just take out a couple more of these guys. Yeah, there we go. We're getting some nice experience as a result, too. I don't mind using too much ammo here. I really don't mind. It's a siege after all. Kinda need to. There's another one. There he is. Get him. There we go. Someone is shooting me from over there, but I cannot see them at the moment. So, gonna have to be a little careful. Huh, weird. Not entirely sure where they've gone, but our allies are doing their thing. We are doing our thing, as you can blatantly see. I'm actually able to get a couple of kills now that we're using this MP5, this M16, this M60, or whatever other weapon types you want to say. No, actually it's a 9mm, isn't it? We're using a 9mm pistol. Yes. That's exactly what we're using, because apparently some people thought that I didn't know this was a SCAR. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that was kind of amusing. Anyway, let's see if we can take out the last guy. Where is he? This is kind of when I wish it had melee, but on the other hand, I kind of wish it didn't have melee, because melee is going to be extremely dangerous. Huh. I can't see where he is. Everyone seems to be shooting in this direction, but I just cannot see him. Is that him over there, on the left? Huh. Interesting. Maybe I should have told my guys... Oh, there he is. Oh my. Okay, okay. Yeah, he's got a pretty decent position right there. Well, not decent enough. Thank you very much. Alright, so we have captured the town, which is pretty fantastic. Now what are we... Oh, nice. They've added some extra loot. Oh yes, thank you. Give me that. Give me those jewels, thank you very much. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now we're back up to 4,700, and this is now ours. Yeah, now I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to do with this, because yes, I know that you're supposed to, you know, construct things here and do all kinds of things, but like garrisoning it and all that stuff, but that's the thing, I kinda don't have enough units to be able to do it, so... I'm not entirely sure. I don't have enough money either, so this is going to be kind of amusing. So what I'm going to need to do, almost immediately, is, apart from selling all of this stuff, which is going to give me a pretty decent amount of cash that I've gained from the, you know, previous fights that I've participated in, apart from all of that, we're going to need to, well, fight a bunch. And obviously you're not going to see that. I'm probably going to do that off screen or something because, well, we've been fighting a bunch already. And, well, actually, just let me know if you want to see more fighting, because I'm perfectly happy to show that. And, we might be able to get another helmet. Yes, give me that. Give me that flak vest as well. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. That is really nice. And I'm only spending 5,200 only. Really? Only. Alright, so let's have a look here. We're going to give this to Beauty, if I can find it. Where is it? There it is. And Goblin is going to wear the helmet. Put that on. He looks silly, but that's absolutely fine. He's got a bit of a silly name anyway. So yes, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.